It's Monday again on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obiajelo Olabisi Ugbo, and as usual, I have the beautiful, intelligent, splendid ladies of Your View. Amaka Fresh.
Hi, baby.
It is Kamomi this morning. You're looking so much like your mother this morning.
I know, right? Yes. I had such an amazing weekend. You know, like when you plan a weekend, I just say, you know, this weekend I want to have fun. I want to do this. And that was exactly what I got. You understand? Yes, my friends came into town. We had the wedding. It was fun. The live band was giving. The plenty food.
Oh, I saw the video.
I said too much food. The live band, the DJ, the energy of the people, you know, friends catching up.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. And I had another party yesterday, but I said, you know what? I can't. Like, I had to
rest,
to apologize and say like I couldn't make it. But it was an amazing weekend, and you look beautiful, my darling.
Thank you.
Mariam, baby girl.
Mariam,
you didn't see me behind the scene, but don't worry.
I wasn't to see you. It was
Don't
actually
worry.
a compliment.
I'll come for you.
You know, I was saying that she looks like all these mean directors. Like when you go to, you know, corporate place, there's some ladies. There's a particular way they just respond to people. It's very hard to catch them smiling. And that's what you remind me of. It's not today.
How you doing? How was the weekend?
Good. My weekend was good. But you know what? I caught this story. I don't know who watches this Housewives of Potomac.
I used to.
You used to, Potomac or whatever. Yes, there's this Nigerian lady, Wendy Osefo.
Okay.
She and her husband, they're Nigerians. And, you know, I watch it and see just her being her Nigerian self, proud and confident and everything. But recently, they were arrested for fraud, for defrauding the insurance or something. So people would like
to the reality show.
Take it back.
Well, not the reality show yet, but it will. So in real life, they claim that some things were stolen from them, and then during the reality show, they noticed that she was wearing those things. So when you say that those things were stolen from your insurance, you get your insurance payment. And then she's now wearing those things. Oh, God. So those are the things. And then I started seeing comments like, they are Nigerians. That's why, you know.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But anyway, it looks like they'll go to court and everything. So maybe this is not
Insurance
the
fraud.
whole story, but insurance fraud. I was like, no, please, Nigerians,
Stop
we need to
this
do
name now.
exactly.
We need to do better.
We need to be better.
Anyway, you go to, they're
ambassadors
looking
of
at your passport. What is green like this? That way. Green. That way. It's unfair.
And how was your weekend?
And
my weekend was good. Though I have a runny stomach, I don't know what I ate. Okay, I had ice cream. So now my body has reset in such a way that when I put things that I'm not supposed to eat, ice cream, alcohol, the next day, like there's a detox system, natural, that's already working. That just happens. So I've been going through that. But a few days ago, I realized that I was itchy. My body was itchy. I went to the spa. Probably the mats that they laid or something, I knew my body was sensitive to something. So I was just itching. I now had a conversation with my daughter because they came home for the midterm. And so I was like, hey, mommy, that your salve now, use it. My tiger nut salve. I said, okay, that's true. Because, you know, we did that with tallow, animal fats. It has chamomile, it has tiger nuts, milk and all of that, and ori. That was the combination of that particular salve. And I've talked about it that you can use it for children, for their nappies, their rashes. But it didn't occur to me till she mentioned it. So I now applied it all over my body. And it was so soothing. Wow. The itchiness stopped. That's what I've been rubbing since. So I pushed the lotions aside. I said, you see this? Me and this tiger nut salve. That's what I've been using. It's a bit thick. I used it more in the UK because of the weather. But when I came back, I decided to just focus on the oils. But now, I've gone back to it for now, and I'm feeling really good. Yeah, using it. But that's it. The kids have gone back to school.
Yes.
I took them back yesterday. And I'm left with my little girl at home now.
That's good.
Mommy's baby. Thank you, Younger Lagos, you know. Younger Lagos. Let's take a short break. When we return, we take today's top stories in the papers. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. A major headline, my victory means elections getting better, says Soludo. Plot to take over Nestoil, Nakonde's interest in OML 42 unravels. Senator Nwoko, actress wife Regina marital crisis gets messier. PDP crisis throws Ekiti governorship primary won by Oluyede into storm. How to attain multi-trillion naira economy by Agbakoba. World Cup playoff, Eagles Rabat camp bubbles. What do we have in The Nation?
Okay, so I have I was shocked to see that the Regina Senator Nwoko's saga has made it to the front page of The Nation this morning. And I wanted to take it, but then I saw an NDLEA story, so I'm sorry, I'm going to take the NDLEA story instead. No. Yes. Okay. So NDLEA yesterday said that a 40-year-old wanted drug lord, Abayomi Yusuf, has been arrested at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, on his way to Saudi Arabia. And they said that this has come after months of intelligence and surveillance on him and his criminal drug activities. They said that he had been arrested and charged for drug offenses in the United Kingdom, but he jumped bail and escaped to Nigeria. So they said that soon after settling in Lagos, he set up a massive clandestine laboratory in Lekki for the production of Colorado. How do you do that? Deadly synthetic cannabis and other illicit substances. So they say yesterday at about 6:30, or on Thursday at about 6:30 a.m., he walked into the waiting hands of NDLEA operatives while he was attempting to board his flight to Saudi Arabia. And then he was now driven to his laboratory which had been under surveillance for a while. At the time of his arrest, he was found in company of another suspect. And they said that inside that massive building, they were able to dismantle all installed laboratory equipment, precursor chemicals, and already produce illicit substances, including Colorado, all weighing 148.3 kilograms, and so on and so forth. Like, we really have people who have just decided that this is a business, and they'll run their business in spite of all the operations that NDLEA is carrying out. This is, well done to you, but how do you have a whole laboratory that you're aware of, built from ground up? Business and production is going on in that place. Well, thank God for, I guess, the surveillance. They waited until they were able to catch him.
Yeah. And the audacity that you've been caught in another country,
you now come here.
And they still want to travel because you feel that you can just be going anywhere. Anyways, the federal government has initiated a direct retail investors participation in its 1 trillion naira housing funding scheme. Minister, the initiative is a move to bridge the housing deficit and develop domestic mortgage markets. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Edron, will tomorrow lead the listing of the Ministry of Finance Incorporated Real Estate Investment Fund at the Nigerian Exchange. Wow, that's good. The MFEIF, which targets 1 trillion naira, has already successfully launched 2 tranches of 250 billion naira. Listing on the Nigerian Exchange will allow existing and new investors to trade on the units of the Real Estate Investment Trust while affording the fund opportunity to scale up its size through additional issuances. The MREIF is designed to offer affordable mortgage financing with repayment terms of up to 25 years. Wow. Featuring substantial lower interest rates than the standard commercial rates. This is great news. And then we hope that, as usual, it's not just all talks, that this will be accessible to everybody.
Yeah. So I took the Nollywood actress Regina Daniels and her estranged husband since Miriam left it.
Yes.
Senator Ned Nwoko said they are trading words over allegations including drug use, domestic violence, manipulation and harassment against each other following their troubled marriage. They've been in the news since last week after a video that was posted on social media where Regina was crying and alleging that there was trouble in paradise. So in the video, she was heard saying that she was tired of the abuse, that particular one that in Ned Nwoko's house, she's nothing, in her house she's a queen, and all of that. But Nwoko, in a swift response, accused Daniels of drug dependence and refusal to seek rehabilitation, stating that Daniels' brother, Sammy West, arrested and arraigned, and others are frustrating his efforts to get her drugs free. That the therapists they are working with, they all know that she's supposed to stay away from drugs. They have tried to restrict her people from coming in, bringing the drugs. So he accused the Sammy's girlfriend, that'd be wife, and other people around who are giving her the drugs, making her not go through the rehabilitation. And I'm wondering, did they rehabilitate her at home? Shouldn't she have been taken to like a proper center? If you rehabilitate at home, there's always loopholes now. The therapist will not be
well, when you have some sort of money, you can bring everything home. Maybe that's what.
But the accusations have been going back and forth, and I think that it's time for them to take their matter off social media and go and sort out, what is really happening. A Daily Sun, major headline: House rent hike agony spreads. Author Eze congratulates Soludo on re-election, hails his transformational leadership. Dangote feel the poor in fresh price battle for market control. Tinubu Nwifuru Abga congratulates Soludo on re-election. How 140 billion ongoing capital projects are shaping Zamfara. Official. NASU tackles federal government over recurring no work, no pay threats. And Saudi-bound wanted drug lord arrested as NDLEA raids Kolo's lab in Lagos. We'll take a short one story and then we'll do a short break. Who's ready to go for the Daily Sun? Oh, we should take a short break. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the paper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
two voices, two views, standing apart,
or an argument,
a battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys,
Please, what's the gist about Ira Star and Rema now?
You day wine. It's all over my FYP. But me, I don't know, Sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TV Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for real?
Oh, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like, they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh. And that's on period.
Like, I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always legend.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jez is right. All you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Now hope
They carry us.
even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba. Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope now the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
Tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija.
Your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Welcome back. We're still reviewing the papers.
So congratulations to my
Sun.
Anambra people.
Okay.
Anambra State, congratulations on a successful election. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has described his victory at yesterday's governorship election in Anambra State as a confirmation of the people's choice. He spoke after he was declared winner by the INEC returning officer, Professor Edoba Omorege, Vice Chancellor, University of Benin, who stated that the governor polled 422,664 votes to defeat his closest rival, Nicholas Okachukwu of the APC, who scored 99,445 votes. Soludo expressed appreciation to President Tinubu, describing him as a true Democrat who demonstrated commitment to ensuring free and fair election in Anambra State. And he said that, you know, this time, unlike the last time, only 20% of registered voters came out to vote. But this time around, they had over 22,000 votes, 22% of registered voters, and they're happy about it. And that Anambra State, that you've seen nothing yet, that is out to work. The one thing with Anambra election is that before the elections, everybody on the ballot, they fight to death. But after the election, when one person wins, they all come together to celebrate and work together. So congratulations, Governor Soludo, on being re-elected. Okay.
Yeah, I have how Nigeria's rent shock is worsening citizens' economic woes. So they say worsening insecurity is not the only horror Nigerians are contending with. Across the country, a rent tremor is ravaging families, small businesses and workers already reeling from inflation, fuel costs and stagnant wages. This according to the report. They said that what was once routine housing payment has turned into a national crisis with rent increases ranging from 50 to 90% across major cities. Millions of citizens have been forced to relocate, downgrade, or simply default and wait for the worst from landlords. They're also saying that there's so many Nigerians in court praying for some sort of legal succor, you know, while this is going on. here they had gone out and asked a few people around Lagos, especially they said residents lament that rent for both residential and commercial spaces has gone berserk. Based on the survey, rents for flats and shops have soared over 90% in some districts. This is within the year. They say, especially Ago Palace Way, a 3-bedroom flat that was rented for 700,000 just last year. As of this year, it was hiked up high to 2.5 million and then 1.5. Some, it settled at 1.5. They said they've seen more than 100% increase in rent, across board. At some places in Isolo, shop that was once priced at 400,000, now you pay 1.5 million. So Lagosians, they say it's not just Lagosians that are, going through this. So a lot of people are complaining. The why is that some people say that the price is being affected by politicians who have looted money and have a lot of money to spend, and then Yahoo boys who are just making free money and they have a lot of money to spend. So, landlords are not looking that this is not some widespread wealth across, And then they say that some of the demolitions going on, that some, especially in the Lekki area, that these are hundreds of units of, houses that are being brought down. And of course, you understand it's because of the drainages and the channels for water, but it's also affecting, people looking for places. And therefore, because we have too many people looking for too few houses, prices have gone up. And Lagos State has, has acknowledged the crisis. In fact, the Commissioner for Housing recently reiterated plans to enforce a flexible rent system that allows tenants to pay monthly, quarterly, or yearly instead of the punishing 1 to 2 year lump sums that have become norm. Anyways, just says that, this is something that they're looking at so that rent is easier. I've heard this a lot this year. I have had people who were living in a certain place out of the blue, they'll get 100 to 200, 300% increase in rent, and they have to look for a place. And I just feel that sometimes it's not, do you understand? Somebody just decides this price should just go up.
Bell 42 unravels. Federal government exceeds 2025 borrowing target by 55.6%, expected to hit 80% by year end. Anglican primates to federal government, seek foreign help if you can't stop killings. US watch list, Nigeria not in religious war. UK warns against travel to 6 states. Autonomy, no evidence to show allocations reach local government directly. ICPC and others. What do we have in the Vanguard? Who took the autonomy? Okay, so I have a story here. A fresh battle for dominance is brewing in Nigeria's fuel market as Dangote refinery and private depot operators slash prices in a bid to capture a larger share of the downstream sector. This comes as analysts warn that the country is not ready for the controversial 15% import tariff on petrol the federal government plans to introduce. At the weekend, the Dangote refinery had reduced its gantry price of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, from 877 naira per litre down to 828 naira per litre, which represented 5.6% decrease. Now, the latest price data from petroleumprice.ng showed that the price review took effect on Friday, marking the refinery's major adjustment in 3 months as a response to market realities and efforts to stabilize domestic supply. Now, some of the oil marketers confirmed Dangote's price drop to Daily Sun in separate inquiries, and they said that for them to protect their investment, they had to quickly go and reduce their own prices so that they are not knocked off the market. So if you read the papers, you see that many of their prices were slashed. They said Aitio, Bovas, Itana sold a litre at 850, 848 and 870 respectively. IPEC, Adova, Integrated and NIPCO pegged theirs at 869, 870, 869, 868 respectively. So they are all trying to, reduce their prices so they can sell and not get stuck with their, competition is healthy, yeah. Final paper for today, the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find stories we haven't taken. No work, no pay, unjust negates fair labor relations. 90% of Nigerian land real estate have defective titles. Agbakoba proposes 3 reforms to unlock over 1.5 quadrillion. What else? Fuel import tariff will strengthen Naira, spur investment. Concerns as loan sharks re-emerge. What do we have in the Tribune?
I have UK issues fresh travel warning. The United Kingdom has advised the citizens to avoid travel to several parts of Nigeria amid what is called worsening insecurity marked by terrorism, violent crime, kidnappings, and intercommunal clashes. They said that insecurity is increasing across Nigeria, warning that kidnapping, violent crime, and intercommunal violence occur throughout all the regions of Nigeria. They specifically urge British nationals to exercise extreme caution, review their safety procedures, and ensure contingency plans are in place. The states listed are Borno State, Yobe, Adamawa, Gombe, Katsina, and Zamfara states as areas to be completely avoided due to a high and increasing threat from Boko Haram or ISWAP. Cautioned that humanitarian personnel, vehicles, supplies, and infrastructure can be targeted by terrorists and criminals, really painting quite a grim story of, the regions. They also say that traveling to places like Bauchi, Kaduna, Kano, Kebbi, Jigawa, Sokoto, Niger, Kogi, Plateau, and Taraba states, those ones you can go there, but only if it's essential. If not, these are also areas that you should avoid, and also the outer suburbs of Abuja within the FCT. So they're just warning their people to be careful of all these places in Nigeria.
Okay, so
do we agree or do we disagree?
Quickly, the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, has called on government officials to stop using the no work, no pay policy as a tool of intimidation against workers. Prince Peters Adeyemi, who is the General Secretary of NASU, said that the repeated threats by government representatives to invoke the policy which were unjust and contrary to the principles of fair labor relations, and that the strikes were never impulsive actions, but the last resort taken after all lawful and conciliatory avenues has been exhausted. I thought that by this time somehow they should have, come to an agreement, and I hope something is done.
Thank you, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we return, we move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
That sounds
Keeping
great.
hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
Our music and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
To keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Grandma now.
You day wine.
It's all over my FYP, but me, I don't know, Sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you
Listen.
ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVcentertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No
But
cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh. And that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always next.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. All you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Now hope.
Carry us.
Even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba. Hope dey waka with us for downfall.
He dey gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin wey dey read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama wey dey fry akara wey see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija,
your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
All you need to do whenever you hear the siren, now to grab your phone when you call this number. Sharp, sharp.
But wait, we go ask you 3 questions about Yanga FM. And if you sabi us well, you answer all correct. Boom! That one means say you don't sum up 1 million naira with that.
The first person who pick the call, now go be the 1 million naira winner.
Don't forget, say you got to follow us for all our social media platforms. Pion, pion, pion. And of course, tune into our radio station. Get active. Boko!
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know, Sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
Oh, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, and that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always next.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. All you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Think fast, play smart, win big. Quick Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Maya Angelou was a civil rights activist, poet, and award-winning author known for her acclaimed 1969 memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and her numerous poetry and essay collections. Angelou was born on April 4, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. Angelou had a difficult childhood. Her parents split up when she was very young. Around the 1960s, Angelou lived in Ghana working as an editor and a freelance writer. Angela also held a position at the University of Ghana for a time before she joined a community of revolutionist returnees exploring Pan-Africanism and became close with human rights activist and black nationalist leader Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. In 1961, Angela appeared in an off-Broadway production of Jean Genet's The Blacks with James L. Jones, Lou Gossett Jr. and Cicely Tyson, and went on to earn a Tony Award nomination for her role in the play Look Away in 1973 and an Emmy Award nomination for her work on the television miniseries Roots 1977, among other honors. Angela's career has seen numerous accolades, including the Chicago International.
Thanks for staying with us. Over the weekend, during the November Holy Ghost service at the Redemption Camp, Pastor Adeboye urged Nigerian government to go beyond targeting terrorists alone and to eliminate their sponsors, no matter how influential they may be. He added, move fast, move diplomatically, move wisely, find a way to convince the President of the United States to give us 100 days, then tell our service chiefs to get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign. He strongly cautioned against distraction by semantics or religious labels, saying, this is not the time to joke. This is not the time for drama. This is not the time for semantics. Innocent people are dying. What's your take on Pastor Adeboye's message? Is the 90-day deadline realistic, or does it risk setting up for disappointment? Should the president issue a 90-day crush or resign ultimatum to the service chiefs? What are your thoughts on this? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016352013 or 09024163440, or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. So I saw the excerpts of the particular video where he was talking about it. And I feel like this is a direct pressure on the Chief of Army Staff and the service chiefs. That's our president and the service chiefs. A direct call to action, you know, for them. And my question would be, do you think the president should listen and adhere because someone in the caliber of, you know, Pastor Adeboye has spoken? Or will it now seem like if he listens and he goes ahead to give this ultimatum that he has advised he does, that he's going to be playing into the gallery? He's going to be listening maybe because he's the one that said it. Would that negate the plans the government already has on, you know, relating with America and also ordering the service chiefs to do what is needed to solve the security issues? What do you think the president should do in light of this?
I don't think Pastor Adeboye has said anything new, or so even, and it's more like an advice. So I really think that these particular words, actually, word for word, have been said many times over and over again. That he says a specific 90-day deadline. I know that deadlines have been given, you know, past administrations as well as this. So even if the president takes up any a strategy right now, the worst will be that people will think, oh, it was based on what Adeboye says. But whatever he does, you know, right now is just in keeping with the fight against terrorism that we have been calling out for. But for me, what really stands out is the fact that we have to start dealing with the sponsors. We have said this time and time again. Every time we hear these people were kidnapped, people came in and killed dozens of people or wiped out a community, nobody knows where they are. Or now what we hear, they ran after them, they were able to neutralize them, there was a fight, they recovered arms and ammunition, and then what? Then we have heard accusations from people who should know, people who seem to have some sort of clout and influence and political power, say there are people that we know. You know, they tease us with those things. There are some people that we know who are behind these things. We know people who are sponsoring this. That is what we're looking for. Really, for me, it does not even take 90 days. In 1 week, let us have the list of those who have been sponsoring all these things, because you can only fight as much as you want, you know, on the ground. If in the boardroom or in big places or in some special rooms, there's some people who are financing, directing how this war should go on. That's the truth. People on the ground are usually just the pawn. The bigger people, those who have money, who have influence, who have reach. Exactly. Who are these people? Let us see them. List out their names, call them to book, let them go through the process of defending themselves or not defending themselves, investigate this. That is what we are dealing with. You know, we always tend to, what's the word now? Quote, I think it was Abacha who says that if there is an issue,
insurgency for more than
24 hours, the government is complicit. Yeah. So we have heard that so many times. So for me, this particular administration, the good thing this administration has for it is that it's inherited. You can say it's inherited what is already on ground. So it may not be directly involved. But what you can do as this particular administration is differentiate and separate yourselves from all the accusations that have been going on forever and ever. Find who the sponsors are. Simple and short. 1 week, I believe 1 week is enough. Let us hear them defend themselves and say to us, no, that is not what we mean. And the truth is, if we don't deal with this group of people, we will never end this war against insurgency. It will just always be lip service that we're paying and allowing the pawns to constantly be massacred by these unknown gunmen or this Boko Haram or ISWAP who come from different places and seem to be able to know our vicinity much more than our military, come into our spaces, destroy communities, kill people, and still move away and come back in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months, and make camps in these communities. Go on to even, have so much power in the community where they are determining who rules in the community. People are paying taxes. Yes, people are paying taxes to these people. It is just too much of... It seems like they have just too much power and we are not keeping an eye on them. Honestly, I think that it has to do with people who are sponsoring this, and let's sort them out. Let's find out who those people are, and enough of the lip service that we talk about. So
those are the real issues.
So, it's good when something like this, we've acknowledged the fact that there's a problem, right? Yeah. And we also acknowledge the fact that something has to be done. And it's amazing when we have issues like this, that members of the public also come up with different suggestions of what might make it right. And this is, Pastor Adeboye has come up with a suggestion, and I think that's a good one. And yes, should the president issue an ultimatum for 90 days? Yes, but I think it should also be framed properly. Because it's not just about saying 90 days. There should be a strategic procedure on how that 90 days should be achieved, because military action doesn't just happen. There must be a process that it goes through. You need money to fight terrorists. You need arms, you need ammunition, resources. You need intelligence. This must be framed in phases. And because I like the fact that this government is now taking accountability of what's going on, and is also going to make the general public know that, oh, this government is listening, they're ready to take action, and they want to be able, they're showing clarity on how that action should be taken. And I think that's a strong message for the terrorists. And I also love the fact that he didn't just talk about fighting the terrorists. He expanded the scope to not just terrorists, but the sponsors, like Mariam. Mariam said. Because terrorists, they just don't exist. They need influence, money, power, funding, so many things. And protection, even, because definitely from what we are seeing, they also have information and intelligence and infiltration, even through the legal and the security agencies. Because really, when they're coming for them, how do they know that they're coming for them? That they're able to escape or plan better and so. So it's obvious that we have loopholes and corruption within the security agencies, even maybe within the military, and a whole lot. So it takes proper intelligence for them to actually achieve what they want to achieve within that 90 days. So for me, 90 days should not be a deadline, but it should be an intensive push to start something that should be done in phases, right, to achieve certain goals. Also, I think that aside from all this, right, citizens like whistleblowers should also be brought into this whole strategy that they want to push in, because we can't just leave it for the military. These terrorists are working with our citizens, locals. Yeah. So we also need local whistleblowers, and we also need to ensure how we can protect these whistleblowers, because whether I like it or not, their lives will be at risk. They have families to think about. And if this 90 days deadline or ultimatum is not properly carried out, first of all, it has galvanized an action, a push. But if it's not properly done, it will just mess up. The terrorists might not feel like they have an upper hand. It's going to also demoralize like local citizens that felt like that, oh, a savior is coming and something is about to happen. And then they really happen. It's going to demoralize even the military that wants to take action. And then it might now also cause the terrorists now to now move their bases from maybe where they were, maybe Benue Plateau, to maybe other places, the east and stuff, and cost, because it might boost their ego and morale to do more, and this whole thing might now blow out into a full-blown war that might affect the citizens.
I have so many questions to ask concerning this, and I like how you have gone into the crux of the matter, right? Aside from coming out to give an ultimatum, there are lots of things we need to focus on right now, which I believe that the president may have started. But let's take a short break. When we come back, we dig deeper into the conversation. Stay with us.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new tvcentertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them oh. And that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jez is right. All you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Now hope
They carry us.
even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba. Hope dey waka with us for downfall.
He dey gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin wey dey read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama wey dey fry akara wey see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija,
your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to East Flash.
I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shook on for you.
You already know, guys. eSplash give you the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's eSplash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and we Cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Welcome back. We're still discussing Pastor Adeboye's ultimatum. He was urging the government to give the service chiefs an ultimatum to, solve the insecurity issues that we're having in the country. And we're going to be welcoming Tokwe to the show. Welcome, Tokwe. Makadige, what happened?
Traffic was trafficking. Roads are being fixed. Monday is usually extremely busy on the way to the island, but the road being fixed also costs extra issues. But I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome.
We cannot deal with that one. Let's deal with what we can deal with.
So Amaka and Miriam had given their initial thoughts on what they thought about pastors' either advice or directive, ultimatum, whatever you choose to call it. But let's hear your initial thoughts.
Okay. So while I didn't hear what their opinion was, my initial thought was, when you set a goal, if you say it will take you a year to do it, it will take you 1 year. If you say it will take you 6 months to do it, scientifically, what they've realized is when you set a short-term goal, you actually tend to achieve it faster within that period of time because this is the time limit you have. So as advising the president to give an ultimatum, which is the way I read it, to the service chiefs, feels like, okay, we've not tried ultimatum before. Maybe we should try giving them ultimatum. We have said flush them out. We have said, we have given them, when he was swearing them in, it was like, there's no other option. This is what you must do. We must deal with this. So you might have given order, but if we set a goal, you know when we say smart goals, your goal is not smart if there's no time frame. So the advice given by Pastor Adeboye puts the T in the smart goals. So yes, we want to flush out the terrorists. We want to deal with banditry. We want to solve insecurity, but we've never given ourselves a time goal to achieve it. And so we don't have a metric to say, we said we're going to deal with this thing by December 2026. And now December 2026 has come and it hasn't been achieved. I remember when we were discussing, we're trying to talk about Dangote refinery and challenges. Because Dangote refinery gave a timeline, we could say you did not meet it at this time. But when we don't give a timeline to when things will be achieved, it's easy to say there's been marginal improvements without being able to quantify what improvement we've gotten within the time we expected to get it. So maybe 90 days to solve our entire insecurity challenge and revamp our security architecture might be a bit short time period, but we can actually achieve a lot within 90 days if the parameters were set appropriately. So I'm excited about the advice, and I'm hoping the president will take the opportunity to say, okay, let's even go, let's rearrange what we are expecting from this service chief, because that way we can measure what is working or not. Because you can come and say, I've worked, I've sat down, I can sit in the kitchen and be cleaning the entire kitchen, but people are hungry. So if I sit in the kitchen and I've been working in this kitchen, I washed all the plates, sir, I swept the floor, dust all the cobwebs, but what we need from the kitchen is not for you to dust cobwebs, it's for you to bring out food. So that I feel will
we need to be able to measure,
bringing it together.
So you agree with that ultimatum. We'll have a caller on the line. Good morning. Are you there? Sorry, we lost that. So I want to direct my questions, right? When Miriam gave her analogy, she talked heavily on the sponsors, which Pastor Adeboye also talked about, which is we need to fish out the sponsors. Aside from the diplomatic 90-day ultimatum, 100-day ultimatum to find what's happening, the sponsors are the crux of the issue. If we can target the sponsors, we would have solved 80-something% of the issue. And my question to you, Miriam, is do you think we are not naming these sponsors? You know, like how you have a web, many things are happening and many things are intertwined, because we've had, you know, people say that it seems like the military is compromised. We've had people say that it seems like the locals have been bought over. I've heard reports on radio, you know, saying that some of these locals, by the time they ransack the cities, for instance, drive them and everything, then they come and they start sharing food for the locals. They start giving them money, start giving some of them small access to the farms and all of that.
Kidnappers.
We have also heard people say that many of these people are sympathetic to the cause of these terrorists. They come and tell them that the government is not caring for them, the government has overlooked them, and so these people are sympathetic, and so they cannot come out categorically to name these people. Do you think that the government knows these people, but somehow their hands are tied, because in one way or the other, they are trying to also save these people from really erupting the nation? Do you think that's what's happening? Let me start with you. Let's take this call and then you respond to the question. Good morning. We have a caller on the line. I think the network. Yes, Miriam.
I think there are various things at play here. But first, I just wanted to say that previous administrations have issued ultimatums before. Buhari in 2015 had issued a 2-week ultimatum, that was in March, and also in August, in 2021 in August, he issued a 3-month ultimatum to service chiefs to go and make sure they deal with terrorism. So it's something that we have heard many times before. I also think maybe it's like military speak as well, you know. I give you 2 weeks, I've deployed you to this place, make sure it's done. But what have we done? So I get the conversation, which is you can use your words and issue an ultimatum. If you don't put the right steps in place, then there's nothing that happens. But you have used those words, it's something that previous administrations have done before.
No, but Adeboye gave it a different context. He said, these service chiefs, if they don't do it, then you will take them out. So that's the different from the words that...
You know, in expressing yourself, you said it has never been done before. So I was saying that ultimatums have been issued before. But now we need to be able to say, what you're saying is that at the end of the day, you must show us what you've done, what you've achieved or what you haven't achieved. And there has to be consequences for whatever it is that happened. Yes. So going back to your question, which is why we may have these sponsors that we're not talking about or we are refusing to name. And I say that I think there are so many factors involved. First of all, I think there's this culture we have in Nigeria, because we have such weak systems. We have powerful individuals who are more powerful than the system. So an agency can do its job to a certain point, and then where they need to now take the next step, you have a phone call that has been made from above and says to you, let it go, or you know, find a way to stall it. We have weak justice systems where people are able to manipulate and, you know, for whatever reason, however, where you be in court forever and ever and ever and ever, or locked up forever and ever, and nothing happens. Then we have also the fear of, I think this has to do with politics, where you feel that if you name a certain person, the people in the country will not see it as a fight against terrorism, but a fight against them. It's their religion. It's because it's our people, you know, and things like that. So I feel that many administrations are trying to, you know, juggle all these things and make a, you know, they're trying to juggle all these things. So it comes across as, you know, people are complicit. But the final one for me is just a lack of political will. I think every administration needs to be able to stand on something, have a principle about something, and not be afraid of how people will take it, as long as what you're doing is for the best of the country. We always refer to how, you know, our current president, when he came in, he says subsidy is gone. And it did not matter how we were screaming and crying and shouting about it.
He went ahead.
He went ahead. And for a while, it seemed like he made the wrong decision, but he eventually was saying, okay, maybe he was right in the first place. So we have to have an administration that is willing to step in and take, you know, willing to take in whatever the people may not have a full understanding of, willing to take in all the accusations because they know where they are headed, what they want for the country. So you must call these people out. Does not matter the relationships you have with them, does not matter who they are associated with. Call them out and let's end this once and for all.
Yeah, because of time, we may not be able to go really round, but let me just ask this question to Amaka. You know, you talked about the fact that the 90 days ultimatum, something can be done. But do you think 90 days, for instance, if the government decides to say, okay, I'm giving the service chiefs these 90 days to fish out all of these people, do you think a war that has gone through so many decades, that 90 days alone will be enough to do what is needed to do to sanitize the system?
So I don't believe that 90 days should be a deadline. Okay. I believe that there should be a 90-day ultimatum, but it shouldn't be a deadline, and it should be done in phases. Because it's one thing to say, okay, I give an ultimatum, but it's another thing for the militant, the military to be able to follow through. And it's also another thing, you don't just give an ultimatum without backing it with funding. So government and the government and its legislators might now take a little bit of time to be able to push out the budget and the funding for this operation. This is an operation, right? And then you need, so you can't give somebody an ultimatum and then don't back it up with funding. Then you can't expect results. Because when you do that, and you're setting them up to fail. And then secondly or thirdly, when they go unprepared, right, and there's no strategy in place, you risk civilians being casualties of war. You risk things because, and if there's corruption within the military or anybody, in terms of intelligence, then before you carry out your operation, they already know, and then you achieve nothing because you just lose military personnel, you lose civilians. So what they should do first of all is to make sure that the intelligence is curbed within watertight to certain people. So when it leaks, we know who to hold responsible. And so yes, now certain strategies must be put in place. And like Mariam said, there must be consequences for inaction.
Yeah, finally, because we're going, we have heard people accuse, you know, these terrorists that they have a lot of international funding. These terrorists are having a lot of international funding. What do you think the government can do in the fight for this international funding?
Well, the truth is, it's not a whether we've heard or not. It's a fact. Because the ammunition that has been confirmed within the custody of terrorists are ammunitions you cannot have gotten locally. So there's support somewhere. And whenever you want to solve a crisis, you find all the beneficiaries of the crisis. So if you can find it, you solve the problem. But do we have the intelligence to solve it by ourselves? No. We would definitely need collaboration on that matter, because we need to trace funds that Nigeria's limits would be, Nigeria's capacity is handicapped to be able to trace the funds where it's coming from. We've had information about where it's coming from, though. It's just that we need to, it's about, like Mariam said, call them out without fear.
We have to go. I wish we had more time too, because people are sounding like experts this morning. I'm so
surprised. Discussed this matter for too long.
I'm telling you, we might as well be chiefs.
Honestly, I agree with all of you. We've mentioned very important points here. We need to work towards a system that is more powerful than any individual if we want to see a headway. And that's what I'm taking out of this conversation, and many other things also. But because of time, we have to end this topic here. When we come back, we'll move on to another topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith,
believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth
unafraid to rise,
rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Emmanuel.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them oh. And that's on periods.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express, premium gist on cruise mode. Always first, always
Clock it.
Fuck it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. What you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now.
A move that forms part of the government's broader efforts dramatic lead for oil and gas at the Nigerian Economic Summit Group and a member of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. He will be helping us understand the intent, implications, and expected impact of the 15% import duty on Nigeria's energy market and broader economy. Welcome to the show, Mr. Kelvin.
Thank you so much. It's such a privilege to be here. Good morning.
Good morning. So help us with an overview of the 15% import tariff. What exactly has been approved and which of the products are affected?
So basically, it's important for us to realize that Nigeria is not the first country to implement what they call a corrective measure when, according to the World Trade Organization, there are imports that poses what they call material harm to domestic production. In Saudi Arabia, they have what they call a 15% ad valorem import duty on petroleum products. Okay? In India, they have what they call a 12.5% ad valorem or import duty on imported petrol. In Qatar, they have a 5% ad valorem or import duty on imported petrol. And the reason why this is such a masterstroke by the president and this government is because if you notice very well, you see that between when this policy was announced until date, the 22nd of October until date, marketers, 23 companies have imported 734,000 metric tons of products. This is the Motor Tanker Vessel report for the last 3 weeks. 734,000 or over 1 billion liters of petrol into Nigeria. That translates in my calculations about $551 million US that the market in Nigeria needs. You can imagine taking away $551 million that would have gone to other critical sectors. Now, historically, before Dangote came, Nigeria was spending about $13.2 billion yearly importing petrol into Nigeria. That doesn't even pass muster. Okay, and the reason why this corrective measure is important is because, you see, these traders go to Russia. And you notice that in 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, Russia was actually sanctioned by the European Union and the US government. They were placed under an oil price cap. First it was $60, then it was reduced to $45, which means that Russia is not allowed to sell its crude for more than $45 a barrel. Now, Nigerian traders go to Russia, 2 ports in Russia called Primorsk and Novorossiysk. These are documented because in the world of maritime, you can't hide shipping data. There are companies dedicated to tracking shipping data around the world. They do what they call ship-to-ship transfer to dodge government sanctions, or they do bunkering hub transshipment to dodge government sanctions. They go to buy crude at a discount to what is sold in Nigeria. In my calculation, that's about maybe a 29% discount to what is sold in Nigeria. When this situation happens, what basically results to it results to unfair competition. Unfair competition because the domestic refiner, and this is not only Dangote, BUA is going to start building its refinery. Yes. Another company on Ondo State wants to invest in refining. When other companies come, it's not only going to be Dangote. How can the domestic refiner be buying crude at $65 or $68 a barrel? Then you have another $3 to $4 premium that is placed on a barrel of crude that it purchases, because most of the crude sold by the operators that sell crude oil to him in Nigeria are being sold through third parties. He's buying crude at effectively $72 a barrel, but he's competing with people who are going to buy mazout crude in Russia at $40, $45 a barrel. They will come, they will bring it to either Lomé, they will refine it to naphtha. When they refine it to naphtha, they will mix it with condensates. It doesn't meet up the sulfur limit that is set in sections 317.11 of the PIA, which says that the sulfur limit allowed within the ECOWAS is 50 parts per million, which is cheating. The regulator, NMDPRA, that is supposed to ensure that the product meets up to the standard set by the regulator, does not have a lab to test the product, and these products are brought into Nigeria. So if the quality of products determines the price, how do you have a situation where marketers go to buy crude at a $29, $30 discount, which should subject them naturally to sanctions by OFAC, right? They bring in products that don't meet up with regulatory standards into Nigeria, and then you expect that you have a level playing field for everybody to operate. It doesn't make any sense. What Nigeria has historically suffered and bared for years, which is evident in the fact that in January 2022, we imported products into Nigeria that knocked people's engine because it fell below the anti-knocking ratio, is importing substandard products into Nigeria. So the decision by Mr. President to implement a 15% ad valorem, to prevent dumping and veiling is in line with WTO principles on countervailing and anti-dumping, Article 6. It's not new. It's not punishment on the market. As a matter of fact, within the last 2 weeks, Dangote has reduced the price of PMS. So there is no truth whatsoever to the rumor or to the propaganda and narrative that is being spread around by the marketers that implementing a 15% ad valorem for substandard products brought into Nigeria is going to increase the price of PMS. Because Dangote has the capacity to supply the entire Nigerian market. It's producing 45 million liters of PMS, 26 million liters of diesel. Job, and they had an empirical method through statistical modeling, through regressive analysis, through tracking, GPS tracking of the trucks and the depots. They will realize that Nigeria doesn't consume more than 32 million liters of PMS daily. That number they are banding around, that is the basis on which they are justifying keeping the import.
So the number is wrong.
Of the marketers is not the correct number.
Wow. Okay, let's get in a few more questions.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Kelvin, for this explanation. We've seen that there's a lot of speculation out there as regards the real objective of this 15% tariff on diesel, on crude. So what exactly is the government's objective? Is it to encourage local refining? Is it to boost our revenue? Or is it to strengthen the Naira? What exactly is the government's objectives with this 15% import tariff?
Did you get the question, Mr. Kelvin? I think he's lost connection. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you hear now so that Amaka can repeat the question?
Yes, okay. I can hear you now.
Okay, so repeat your question.
Okay, so Mr. Kelvin, I said thank you so much for your explanation thus far. But then I said there's been lots of speculations out there as to the real objectives of the government as regards the 15% import tariff. So is the government's objective to encourage local refining? Is it to boost our revenue, or is it to strengthen the Naira? What exactly do you think is the government's objective as regards this 15% import tariff?
Listen, the reason why, thank you for that question, very, very important question. The reason why it is very, very critical that the government implements this 15% ad valorem import duty as a corrective measure is because if you have so much pressure on the exchange rate by companies who demand the FX to import products, and I've just told you that for the 734,000 metric tons that has been brought into Nigeria within the last 30 weeks, that's equivalent to about $551 million that has been taken out of Nigeria for product Nigeria currently manufactures. Okay? The reason why it's important is because if you have FX, net FX, the CBN has what they call the net FX, net external reserves, your net asset ratio, your net external reserve that is not encumbered. If you have FX to supply the markets, companies don't have to speculate by buying dollar to hold in their domiciliary accounts, right? They rely on the forwards market, the derivatives market, because there's liquidity in the markets to provide critical areas where you already have comparative advantage and where you're producing. You see the Naira appreciates. Now, you notice that the Naira has been appreciating. The Naira has come down from 1,520, 1,510. It's come down to up to, it's appreciated to 1,425, 1,450. Okay? The real forward curve for the Naira to US dollar exchange rate, because it's my view that the Naira is undervalued by anywhere around 22 to 25%. The real forward curve is anywhere between 1,150 and 1,250 Naira to a dollar. And because the Nigerian economy is tied very closely with the exchange rates, right? When there is so much pressure on your FX markets, the Naira drops, you see it impacts on inflation. When inflation goes up, you see it impact on exchange rate. It costs more than 30% to borrow money in Nigeria. That's cost of funds. Prime lending rate is anywhere between 28 and 32%. No business can operate at 28 to 32% interest rate. How do you run a business where you're borrowing at 35% and you have competitors who are borrowing at 5% in China or 30% in China or 30% in America and then shipping to Nigeria? How do you compete? You can't compete. And if you don't bring inflation down, The Central Bank of Nigeria Monetary Policy Committee cannot reduce interest rates, which means that business cannot produce. So you notice that in the last 5 years, what you've seen is that you've seen a capital flight from bank lending by companies for production. You've seen to commercial notes or commercial papers. And you've seen commercial papers up to 2 trillion naira issued within the last 5 years. What that simply tells you is that companies cannot afford to borrow from banks because the inflation has led the yield curve differential interest rates to be prohibitive for them to borrow money to do business. And that has impacted on the real production. So it's a vicious cycle. So what you've done by implementing a 15% corrective measure is that, number one, you've systematically told Togo, which has been determining Nigeria's energy security and policy, which is not supposed to be so. Togo cannot control Nigeria's energy security. And you've also come to the point where you're saying we're going to prioritize domestic refining, solve our domestic demand, export the net difference, bring in the net export proceeds, increase the amount of FX the central bank needs to do balance of payments, and also reduce inflation so that the Monetary Policy Committee at the CBN can reduce the interest rates for companies to be able to produce. It's a trifecta. Everything is interconnected.
Amazing.
And you see, when you have this stability in your macro, over time you see that it begins to impact other areas of the economy and it begins to impact on the standard of living of Nigerians. So it's the right decision. It's a master stroke that the president has agreed and
I absolutely
has signed off
agree
on
with you, Mr.
implementing
Kelvin.
a corrective measure. There's international precedent. It's not new.
Okay. Let's take a short break now. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Now hope.
They carry us.
Even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba. Hope dey waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin wey dey read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama wey dey fry akara wey see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija,
your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to East Flash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. East Flash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's East Flash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
Our music and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith.
believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth unafraid.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the 15% import tariff, and we still have Kelvin Emmanuel with us to expatiate more on the topic. Who's ready to go?
So, whenever we talk about since this news broke, the conversation has always been about the fact that the impact on businesses. You know, there are loads of tank farms. These tank farms came in to solve a problem. And the obvious fact is, yes, the country has now found other solutions to that kind of problem. So what would then be the future of these tank farms? Many of them probably haven't even finished paying for the debt they incurred in putting the facilities up. And we needed those facilities then because we're always having shortage because we didn't have capacity for storage. So now we have storage and we don't necessarily need it. So some of them are the ones protesting against this 15% tariff because they're looking at it that, okay, we no longer need my tank farm. My tank farms that I've put across different parts of Nigeria, what am I going to do with my tank farm now? So I'm asking you as an expert that what solutions would you prefer for this investment that has been done into tank farms? What are the other things they can do to remain productive, or what other options can you give them since we now have this policy that would reduce importation?
Oh. Did you get that, Mr. Kelvin?
Nokia should do because Nokia and BlackBerry should do because the likes of Apple and Samsung came up with the smartphones and took them out.
Wow.
It's free market. It's competition. It's competition. Nigeria is now a refiner of products. Okay? Apart from white transportation fuels. Nigeria also produces now, courtesy thanks to Dangote, produces sludge. Nigeria produces polypropylene, polyethylene, polyvinyl crystals. Nigeria is on track to become one of the largest producers and exporters of urea in the world, courtesy of Dangote. Indorama, right? Nigeria produces refined residual fuel oils that when Dangote gets a vacuum distillation unit, is going to start producing base oil from RFOs, and is going to, make an impact in the 300 million liters of base oil that is brought into Nigeria to produce lubricants that you use for your engines and your cars on a daily basis. Okay? When we talk about industrialization, the one person that has taken that charge beyond talk, beyond conferences, beyond white papers, beyond meetings, is Dangote. He's the one that took the risk to invest $20 billion in Nigeria. 31 other companies have those licenses. They've had it. In 2006, we're witnesses to the fact that he tried buying off the government-owned refineries that are dead, that are not operational, that has wasted about $18 billion of the country's hard-earned money with nothing to show for it. NNPC doesn't have anything to show for it.
At all.
Okay? And nothing came out of it. Those refineries are under lock and key. Within the last 6 years, NNPC borrowed $2.9 billion to do turnaround maintenance, and they still don't have anything to show for it. I said it on record on TV that those refineries are not operational, they are not going concerns, and they are dead.
Wow.
And the president should consider selling those refineries. Okay? So there are 31 other companies that own refinery licenses, including some of the companies who are importing products into Nigeria today. Why are they not bringing their investments to Nigeria to build? The tank farm business for throughput is a dead business. There is no solution or remedy to it. It's like you saying that as Apple and Samsung should have sympathy on BlackBerry and Nokia because they fail to see the future and innovate. And they were edged out by competition. It's a free market. Dangote has not committed a crime by doing business and investing capital in backward integration, which is what Section 377 of the PIA says, that the regulator, NMDPRA, is supposed to provide a backward integration framework for the mid and downstream sector of the petroleum market in Nigeria.
It's true.
So, when I usually get this question, at conferences, on TV, I'm always taken aback because it's a free market, it's competition. If they are so aggrieved, they should come together, form a consortium, and use the license they have, license to establish, to build a refinery to compete. It's a free market.
Yeah. Okay, let's have more questions for you.
So for me, Mr. Kelvin, is that we come from, our country is known for its inconsistency with policies. And I'm wondering how, first of all, this particular policy, let's say in 3 to 6 months, what are the measurable results? What should we be looking at that will tell us if this policy is working or it's not working? Secondly, when you have a country where you're constantly worrying about how consistent their policies are, depending on just, whatever comes up, who has the ear of the government or something, how do you think that a Dangote or a BUA, which we're looking for, can protect itself and still meet, the Nigerians' markets?
Okay, thank you very much. So in 6 months, what you should expect is that if there is reduced pressure on the FX market, you're going to see the Naira appreciate further, below 1,400 to around 1,350, 1,300 Naira to a US dollar. And I said earlier that if the Naira continues to appreciate, it's going to impact on inflation. If it impacts on inflation, it impacts on what they call yield curve differential, and you're going to see that impact on the Monetary Policy Committee at the CBN reducing the interest rates to enable real sector borrow money to do business. You're also going to see a revision down of the cash reserve ratio, which is the percentage of customer deposits in banks across Nigeria that the banks are obligated to keep at the CBN. And if you have that liquidity pressure eased on the banks, you're going to see the impact on the real sector, which will affect demand pool inflation positively and trend down the inflation numbers and the interest rate numbers down. On the other question you asked on how can the domestic companies protect themselves, considering inconsistency in policy making. Look, this is what I've always said, right?
Mr. Kelvin, Mr. Kelvin, please.
Has no business.
Mr. Kelvin, let me help. You have to answer that when we come back. Let's take this short break. When we come back, you give us the response to that particular question. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us,
Millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
To keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
Please, I'm coming.
Link or
You teach me
whatever.
after this.
It's got to buy the same. Welcome back. We're
Because
still
it's done.
having this conversation. Mr. Kelvin, are you there? You were responding to Miriam's
Yes, I can
question.
hear you clearly.
The other part of the question, yes. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, so the myth that has been thrown around the last 1 year plus is that Dangote can supply the domestic market, even if the NMDPRA were to use actual empirical scientific method for measuring daily consumption in Nigeria, it will show that he has exceeded Nigeria's actual daily consumption. And he is in fact able to supply the Nigerian market. It's one of the reasons why he's decided to, go from being the number 7 largest refinery in the world with nameplate capacity of 650,000 barrels per day to expanding the size of that refinery to become the largest in the world. Nigerians should be proud. The government of Nigeria should be proud. To 1.4 million barrels per day. India has a capacity of about 1.2 million barrels per day, which is the largest currently. Dangote is going to dethrone India, and Nigeria is going to host the largest refinery in the world. At that level, it's going to be producing 135 million liters of PMS per day. That is 100 million liters above Nigeria's actual daily consumption. It's going to control the entire sub-Saharan African market. What that means typically is that he is going to be exporting about 100 million liters of products around the continent and outside of Africa, bringing in all of that FX as net export proceeds to help to stabilize the Nigerian economy. The government should be proud of Dangote. The government should support Dangote.
I think they
Now,
are.
for
I
other
think that's what
refineries,
they're doing.
BUA, for example, he wants to build a refinery in Akwa Ibom. And this is the reason why I've always said that, look, you need to diversify maritime operations because BUA needs a port in Akwa Ibom to build a refinery. In Ondo State also, the company that wants to build a refinery in Ondo State will need a port to build a refinery in Ondo State. So this is the time for Nigeria to redefine its energy policy, to go from domestic crude supply obligation and say, let us create security of supply. Let's create a dedicated barrels of feedstock on a daily basis that goes to the refineries in Nigeria, according to sections 109 of the PIA. Let us create regulations that caps the commissions that operators and the state-owned enterprise charges to sell their crude oil to the refiner in Nigeria, so that it will create incentive to buy Nigerian crude instead of import $700 million worth of crude on a monthly basis to refine in Nigeria, right? Let us, implement this 15% corrective import duty ad valorem to discourage the dumping of substandard products into Nigeria, which does not only pose a health risk, but also drains the security of FX supply that other critical sectors of the economy needs. So it's not a Dangote thing. It is the government has the lever and the capacity to provide policy based on what the Petroleum Industry Act says to protect the refineries as a way to not just solve the domestic demand of the market, but also to export these products out of Nigeria. Look, in the FTA framework, Africa Free Continental Trade Agreement framework, there's what they call exclusive and sensitive list. Exclusive and sensitive list is 10%. Petroleum forms part of the exclusive and sensitive list. Nigeria can negotiate for it to be solidified into that 10%, and Nigeria can use that AFCFTA framework to become a major supplier of refined petroleum products around Africa.
Okay, Mr. Kelvin.
Also, I like to say this. You see, The National Security Council of Nigeria should ask itself one important question.
Okay.
If, for example, God forbid, there was a war, World War III were to break out, the question you should ask itself is how many days will Nigeria survive with its own supply of food and with its own supply of refined petroleum products until it runs out of stock and it has to go to an enemy nation to beg or negotiate to allow for the shipping lines to be open, navigation routes to be open for it to bring in products into Nigeria.
Mr. Kelvin, let me reply like a typical Nigerian.
There will never be war.
Can you hear me, Mr. Kelvin? Let me reply like a typical Nigerian. God forbid, it can never happen to Fiakwa. But I have a question for you. I'm very glad that you have, explained in detail what this 15% tariff is about and how it's going to be protecting Nigerian businesses, right? I remember the first time it was mentioned, many people stood up against it and convinced many Nigerians that, this is going to add hardship to the already hard economic situations in the country. They complained that it's going to cause more inflation, food prices, everything is going to skyrocket because we didn't have a total understanding of what this is. So I'm happy that you are explaining this, but I would also like that you tell us how, in detail, more details, how it's going to trickle down on every sector of the economy. Is it transportation? Is it food? Every other thing, so that Nigerians listening to you out there will have an understanding of what this means totally.
Look, there's nowhere in the world where imports, because when you import finished products, which in this case, a lot of what is imported for petrol into Nigeria is substandard, you import poverty. When you export your raw materials, your crude, and your gas, you export jobs. There's nowhere in the world today where any economy was built on importing finished products and exporting raw materials. There's nowhere in the world. The China that Nigeria admires built itself by first solving its domestic demand and then exporting the difference. That's how economies are built all over the world. Okay? So you can imagine the impact Dangote has on the real estate in Eleko, where the refinery is located. Eleko was a forgotten forest. He came in, he paid $100 million for the land. Over the last 10 years, he's embarked on building the largest refinery in the world. You can imagine the impact alone on the real estate, the value of real estate in that area. All the companies that have started building estates and factories and industries around the area, number one. Number two, you can imagine the 100,000 jobs is created and added to the Nigerian economy. You can imagine the personal income tax they pay to the Lagos State government, which has increased the revenue profile of the Lagos State government, the IGR. Lagos State currently generates about 3.5 billion naira daily, which is equivalent to 1.2 trillion naira yearly, and that is bound to go up. The revenue to the IGR to FAC ratio in Lagos is the highest in Nigeria.
Mr. Kelvin,
76 to 24%.
I'm sorry, I have to pause you again.
Revenues of 28 states in Nigeria.
Mr. Kelvin, we have to take another short break.
The impact it has on the economy.
We have to take another short break. We'll be right back with you. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
So are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big.
You guys, this was just about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know, Sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVcentertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
No, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh, and that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider.
Welcome back. We still have Kelvin Emmanuel, and you were telling us the impact. I asked you a question about the impact on every other aspect, what Nigerians should expect to see with this 15% tariff.
Yes, you know, Nigeria doesn't have to. Nigerians don't have to bother about queues. You know, typically for years, for 30 years, when in time is close to festive season, when November next month is Christmas, you always have apprehension. People are always apprehensive about supply of product, security of supply, queues, all kinds of extortion. You know, for the first time in 30 years, last year, because of Dangote refinery, there was nothing like fuel queues in Nigeria. So number one, you know, the security of supply. There's enough refined products to supply the markets throughout the festivities. You don't have, nobody is coming to tell, NMPC is not coming to tell you that there are 5 vessels on the high sea that are on the way, that the fuel queues will soon be a thing of the past. People don't have to queue for 2-3 days waiting to buy petrol around Nigeria. That is a thing of the past because we've had complete backward integration. Then the quality of the products. As a matter of fact, the Petroleum Industry Act 31711 at the communique ECOWAS signed in February of 2020 agreed on 50 ppm for sulfur. Dangote is actually producing products that is higher than 50 ppm sulfur, which means that it's below 50 ppm sulfur, right? Which is better in quality than what the Nigerian regulators require. You know, the quality of the sulfur, the octane level, the distillation level, the density of the product, the flash point, the flammability ratio. There are instances where, you know, at dump sites around Nigeria for products imported into Nigeria, you know, the flash point, which is the flammability ratio of diesel, for example, is so low that people's engines have caught fire. And sometimes people are wondering why their engines are catching fire. They don't know that it's because of the failure of regulator to enforce standards for traders who bring in products, substandard products into Nigeria. You don't have these situations in Nigeria with Dangote because he has one of the best labs for a refinery around the world. The regulator doesn't have a lab to test for the products that it allows these marketers to bring into Nigeria.
Off mic. Why you like this?
The duty of testing these products to third-party vendors, which is completely wrong.
Mr. Kelvin,
I'm telling you, you shut up. Okay, so could I? Yes.
Just a few
okay, so
seconds.
you know, we hear you, we get you, and for me personally, I think, you know, you're right on it. But the truth is, as of today, the importation for crude oil is still going on. That 15% import tariff will cause inflation, even if it's in the short term, until maybe government understands that the local refineries can meet demand. So that impact will still be felt on our people.
Will it, Mr. Kelvin?
It will be.
The ad valorem for import duty is on refined petroleum products.
Yes. Okay.
It's on PMS and diesel.
Okay.
So yes, we can say that, like I said earlier, the president has to prevail on NUPR to put up a regulatory guideline, a gazette, that will guide that willing buyer, willing seller clause in sections 109 of the PIA, that the traders, operators producing crude upstream have taken advantage on to impose an additional premium above the fiscal oil price. For example, for every 1 million barrels of crude Dangote buys from Nigerian traders, which they are not paying tax on, the traders are making about $3 to $4 million per 1 million barrels. That profit, they are not paying tax on that profit to the Nigerian government. In fact, the government, the tax authorities, the Federal Inland Revenue Service needs to look into taxing those traders who are third party to the operators upstream producing crude. Dangote doesn't have to pay those premiums when he imports crude from the US or from other jurisdictions. So he's paying an additional $6 outside of the cost of shipping, outside of the all the import duties that NPA and NIMASA charges him to bring in crude oil feedstock into Nigeria to refine. So the onus is on the president to prevail on NUPRC to provide guidelines to ensure that traders don't take advantage of that willing buyer, willing seller clause to impose premiums that are not specified or covered by the Petroleum Industry Act. Because whatever premiums they add on it, he has to, pass on to what they call a refiner's premium, and then pass on to the market. But since this has been announced, he's reduced the price of PMS by 15 naira per liter. So this doesn't even all the fears and propaganda that has been sponsored by the marketers. To say that 15% ad valorem on substandard imported products is going to lead to increase in price of PMS, especially close to festivities, is completely false.
Mr. Kelvin.
So how is it going to lead to increase when he's reduced price of PMS by 15 naira over the intervening period?
Mr. Kelvin, for now, can you categorically tell us that Dangote Refinery can supply all of our needs in the country? Is that what you're saying to us?
I can categorically tell you that Dangote produces more PMS than Nigeria needs on a daily basis.
Okay.
More diesel. In fact, it's producing 14 million liters of Jet A1, which is the fuel that is used by aircraft in Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't consume more than 6 million liters of Jet A1.
Wow.
Which is the reason why today Dangote is one of the largest exporters of Jet A1 to the UK and to the European Union.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Yes,
Kelvin.
he can supply the market 100% of what it needs for PMS, diesel, and Jet A1.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kelvin. Thank you so much, Kelvin Emmanuel, for joining us today. That's all we can take on the show. Thank you for using your wisdom, data, facts, to teach us and enlighten us today. And I hope that many Nigerians out there have, heard from you with data, facts, and everything that you have to understand what this 15% tariff means. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you so much, ladies, for your thoughts and contributions for the show. That's all we can take on today's show. Join us tomorrow for another interesting one. Bye-bye now.